The CEO of the Dallas Mavericks told a group of business leaders today that he is committed to staying in the city of Dallas. He also shared a bit more about the first conversation he had about the Dallas City Hall site over a year ago. Fox 4's Lori Brown is live at Dallas City Hall. Lori.
Clarice, Dallas Mavericks CEO Rick Welts told the group of business leaders that this Dallas City Hall site and the former Valley View Mall sites that have been talked about so much are not the only two locations where they could build their new arena. The Dallas Mavericks hired Welts 15 months ago. He previously oversaw the development of the Chase Center for the Golden State Warriors. Today he revealed that he spent 8 hours watching the 16-hour-long Dallas City Council meeting March 4th. As a result of the vote, the city has put out a call for proposals to redevelop the City Hall site. Welts said that the Dallas Mavericks will be submitting a proposal. He said the Mavericks want a 50-acre site that would also be home to their new corporate headquarters and practice facility. The locations at the top of their list are where Dallas City Hall is now, and also the site of the former Valley View Mall. He reiterated today that it is the city manager who approached the Mavericks more than a year ago about the City Hall location.
In one of those meetings, Kim Tolbert said, one of the things that I'm looking at right now is the cost of bringing City Hall up to a place where people can actually come and work and the city can be proud of. And it could be that the city is going to have to consider either renovating that building or relocating that site, in which case there's a possibility there could be redevelopment.
The Mavericks lease with the city of Dallas for the American Airlines Center expires in 2031. He said the Mavericks no longer want to share an arena with the Dallas Stars because a basketball court is smaller than a hockey rink, and they need the ability to create better sight lines. Welts said in addition to an arena, the Mavericks also want to build another performance venue where 4,000 to 5,000 people can be programmed for over 100 days a year. The entertainment district would include restaurants, retail, and potentially residential units as well. Welts did say that the team is committed to staying in Dallas. Clarice.
So, Lori, we heard the Mavericks side. Where do things stand with the city?
Well, the city is still very much working to figure that out. Staff is working to come back with two proposals, one for what it would cost to repair and how the city could finance those repairs, and then the other proposal will be what is submitted right now through an online form, which we are hearing the Mavericks are in the process of also submitting their request for that.